Good evening. My name is Jennifer McCollum, and I was invited by Dr. Nisa Jenkins to just share with you some tips on being successful in healthcare. Before I get into that, I just want to share with you a little bit about myself, my background. So I graduated Madam Cum Laude from the Medical College of Georgia in Augusta, Georgia. And with that came the various opportunities for me to pursue different avenues within the health information technology and health information management space. So over the past 27 years, I've had the unique opportunity to have roles that allowed me to gain knowledge and experience in several different areas, which include information governance, revenue cycle management, medical coding and clinical documentation improvement, consulting, as well as teaching. So along the way, I've been able to just pick up some strategies and some thought leadership practices as it relates to really how I navigate successfully within healthcare. One of the first things that I will share with you is that this career field is really about lifelong learning. When I say that, most times individuals are like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, exactly that. As long as there is breath in your body and you are a member or professional of this field, any aspect in healthcare, then that means you have the special, unique opportunity to impact healthcare. And if you're passionate about leading, coaching, mentoring teams, developing teams, and assisting people and helping them achieve greater level of success like I am, then you'll find yourself uniquely drawn to opportunities that allow you to pursue those passions. And that's one of the things that I would say. As you pursue those passions, you'll be led to, what else can I learn? What else can I do? What else can I explore? And for me, that has really been successful for me in my career because I really haven't looked back, right? From the beginning, I've just really taken those different steps. I've taken risk along the way. Sometimes there were setbacks, right? So I have to say, I'm not immune to what sometimes happens to individuals where you may be part of organizational restructuring or downsizing or layoffs, etc. So I've also had those challenges presented to me as well within my career. And with that, though, my journey has still been one that I consider to be successful. Reason being, again, I've actually committed to a career of lifelong learning. That means that I am very much so invested in my own personal and professional growth and development. As a leader in the health information healthcare industry, it's important for me to not only be recognized as a professional, but also to be known and recognized as a subject matter expert in various capacities. And so that's why, again, I have explored roles and opportunities in different facets, areas of health information technology and health information management along the way. With lifelong learning, there is the desire sometimes to say, well, maybe I don't have to pursue that right now. And I think, really and truly, as professionals, it's for us to really take an assessment of not only where our skill sets lie, but what we're passionate about. And again, I believe as you pursue those passions, you'll be led to those things where you say, okay, this is an area or an opportunity where I need to go a little bit deeper and learn more, right? For example, right now in the healthcare industry, we are hearing a lot about AI, artificial intelligence, and what that impact will be of that technology on healthcare. So for someone who currently works as a leader within a healthcare company, so I am actually a VP of operations with a company called DataVant, and my team is responsible for overseeing the record retrieval of health information and releasing health information to different requesters across what's considered our Deep South region or Georgia market. And so because I am responsible for leading a team that is responsible for that very specific work as health information specialist, it's important for me to make sure that I am up to speed and, well abreast of what's happening in the healthcare industry. And that includes, topics such as artificial intelligence, right? And so while I'm not an expert in that space by any means, I am, like most people, just learning more about it. But as I learn more about it, then that provides me the opportunity, or I would say even the avenue, to be able to take that information, that knowledge, that level of understanding, and share it with others. And so that others then can also understand and apply it in their work or within their organizations. When we talk about, again, lifelong learning, I will say the other thing that I say to individuals is to really, really think about what particular niche, right, that you are interested in. So going back to the skill sets, going back to your passions, what are you doing to develop those skills along the way? So for some, that means going back to school. For others, that means actually volunteering. And let me just take a side note here, if I may, and put in a shameless plug for volunteering within the local and professional associations, whether that is GHIMA, which is the Georgia Health Information Management Association, whether that is HFMA, which is the Healthcare Finance Management Association, whether that is HIMSS, which is our Health Information Systems and Society, whatever professional, local association, state association, national association that you can become a member of and then therefore pursue volunteer opportunities, I encourage you to do it. I cannot underscore enough the importance of being very active in your professional association. Why do I say that? Well, one of the first things that I would say about that is that will allow you to be able to network with others within the field. You will gain so much insight into what's happening within healthcare, what's happening within your career field, what other areas of opportunities are out there, other things that you may find, oh, I want to learn more about that, or you may pursue as part of your passions, your skill sets, right? And so along the way, you will also have the unique opportunity to meet other professionals that are like-minded, who are also on many times the same career path or journey that you're on, right? So I have met so many wonderful colleagues along the way, so many other HIT, HIM professionals, others that are in IT, that are in revenue cycle, that are in privacy, that are in compliance, throughout my career that I still have relationships with today, and they are meaningful relationships. So anytime that I see these individuals, we're actually trading, career stories. We're talking about what's happening in the industry. We're trying to gain insights and knowledge from each other. And those insights and information that you get actually really helps propel you along in your career path. So I cannot underscore, and again, a shameless plug for volunteering in your local, state, national, professional associations, because you will learn and gain so much personally and professionally. So with that, as you're, again, considering what your skill sets are, what your passions are, we've already talked about lifelong learning, we've talked about volunteering. The other thing that I would say is a key part of that, and we've kind of already talked about that too, is networking, right? So a lot of times, especially today, we know that there are so many social media channels, whether that is through Instagram, whether that is through utilizing Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, you name it, right? There are so many different ways that as individuals, as professionals, we can get out here and share our knowledge and expertise. But the other thing about that is it allows you to expand your network. As you expand your network, you expand your net worth, right? As a professional. Because again, you're connecting with others, you're gaining those kind of tidbits of knowledge and information that can help propel you in your career. And then you are taking that information and applying it. So if you're on a job today, or even considering pursuing a job or a new role or opportunity, then you can take what you're gaining from networking, what you're learning on these social media platforms. And I do have to say, anything that you hear about, read about, I encourage you to research it, right? Don't just take the first bit of information you get and run with it, right? I always say, go a little bit deeper than face value, right? You want to make sure that you are taking information, obtaining information, sharing information from reputable sources, that you then have also vetted that information before you share and or apply it, right? So that also comes along with, as you are advancing in your career and becoming a subject matter expert, then you understand the importance, right? From an ethical compliance perspective, that you want to share information that is accurate, complete, that is timely. All of those things are really foundational concepts of information and knowledge and training that we receive in the health information technology and health information management space. So just thinking of those things as you kind of go along would be really, from my standpoint, some of the tips that I would share. And I guess lastly, I really want to kind of talk about just overall professionalism and determination. As a healthcare professional, it's really important that you remember how you show up, when you show up, what you're doing, where you're at, who you're connecting with, why you're connecting with them. Because one thing I can tell you about primarily the health information management or technology field is that it is a very small community. There are so many people who know people, and that's a good thing. But it can also be something that may be to your detriment if you're not showing up as the ultimate professional at all times. It is really, really important, right? So we don't want to say that healthcare in general is boring or it's not fun. I think it's actually rather exciting, and I don't have any regrets pursuing this degree path or this career field. But what I will say is that as you do that, yes, certainly have fun. Enjoy the ride, right? Or enjoy the journey. Get all the information and knowledge that you can. Be able to apply it. But at the same time, just remember how you're showing up. Are you dressed well? Do you speak well? Are you listening to understand? Are you engaging in meaningful conversations? Are you then sharing consistently your knowledge and expertise with others? Are you lending a helping hand to others? Are you giving back? Are you pouring into other people? Are you a servant leader? There's so many different things that I think goes into that as being sort of that ultimate professional. The other thing that I would say is, and lastly, I guess, is determination. You've got to have dogged determination in any field, whether it's healthcare, whether it's IT, whether it's whatever it is. You've got to be determined to persevere through various challenges. There will be setbacks. There will be things that you're like, oh my gosh, I just can't believe that happened, or I can't believe we're talking about another layoff or a reduction in force, or whatever that may be. The goal is to be what we call agile, right? So being able to quickly change and navigate successfully through those types of challenges and opportunities. And the way that you do that, right? Are you keeping a positive professional attitude through it all? Are you connecting with others that can also help you along the way? Are you tapping into available resources, right? All of those things will help you have that dogged determination. So I hope that these tips that I have shared with you are meaningful and that you'll be able to utilize them along your career journey. And certainly, as always, I wish you much, much success. Thank you.